finally, the development for the EON 1 update of Roblox Souls RNG is coming to a close, meaning we can expect this new update very soon. Today I'm going to be giving you one final run through everything we know so far because it's unlikely to change, so that you can stay in the know of everything that is to come. But before we do get into it though, I am on the journey to 90,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for 80,000, it's genuinely insane. But now I've got my sights set on our next milestone, and on the side of your screen are all of the people who have used my insane squid luck to cook up some crazy rare auras. So if you want to join them and potentially roll your dream aura, then make sure you smash that subscribe button. But with that being said, let's get into our final run through of all the information we have on the EON 1 update of Souls RNG. So the Souls RNG Discord server is where we find pretty much all of the information we know about this next coming update, and there's quite a lot to go through, so strap in and let's get into some of the biggest pieces of information we have. So in terms of the actual progress itself, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red blocks left in terms of the development, and then the testing has just begun. So the map rework is now finished. We've only got auras, gears, UI system, and the Innovation Awards event left for development, so hopefully this shouldn't take too long. And then obviously as time goes on, this testing bar will fill up as well, so potentially it could, no, it probably won't be this Friday, which would be the 18th of October. It's most likely going to be the 25th of October, which is very exciting. Right, let's get into the good bits. Let's get into the sneak peeks. In this EON 1 update, we are seeing a huge rework of all the menus and UI within Souls RNG. Here's just a brief example of some of these reworks. So we've got a completely new aura storage menu, the buttons look all different, and we've also got some information down here about how the aura was rolled. So it says rolled at 100 million rolls with the luck of 1,000 and the time discovered, which I think is a very cool addition. It's also looking like it's going to have some sort of filters when searching as well, which I do like. So that is the main aura storage menu. Here is a rework of the house on the hill in the current map, which at the moment looks a bit like this. So you just come in and there is literally nothing in the house whatsoever. You got 2 lights and that's like the entire house. So in this rework, we've got a little bookshelf, a bed, a sort of table down here with a frame on it, and altogether just looks like more of a house, which is good. This is a good rework. The next thing we have here is this either cave rework or a new biome. Now people have been saying it's a meteor biome, or they've been saying it is a rework of the cave system we have already. Now either way, it's new content, so it's going to be pretty good, but a new meteor biome could suggest some new meteor related auras, which could be very cool. Is it too similar to Starfall though? That's a good question, but you know, we'll just have to wait and see when the update comes out. But nonetheless, very cool pictures. I like the white flames. Here's another angle of it. It might be the cave, judging by these like gaps over here. This doesn't look like the map we know at all, but again, we'll just have to wait and see. Here are some of these new menus again. So we've got this soundtrack bar down here, as well as a description. So this is obviously the collection, so the whole menu on the left. We've got the information on the right, and a little soundtrack for the song that plays with the aura down in the left as well. Very cool. And again, some more menu changes, so it gives you some information on the auras, so whether it was breakthrough, what conditions are required type thing. So again, it's alright, you know. We then have 2 final sneak peeks, and this first one I'm about to show you is probably the biggest sneak peek we've ever received for Souls RNG, and this is the entire map rework. So here we go, an entire new loading screen, which is very cool. A new logo for the game as well. There we go, Souls RNG EON 1, of course. And here we are in the new map. There's the leaderboards at the back. Very cool. Already just looking at it, it's like 100 times bigger than the current map we have. There's the donation leaderboards as well. Here is a look at where the obby blessing is going to be, but you can just tell the map is absolutely huge. The same sort of parkour, sort of obby going to the blessing looks pretty simple. So with this bigger map, it might take a while for macro developers to develop something new for this map. But there we go, there's the obby. then we've obviously got this huge mountain in the back, I'm sure you can see. So that's going to replace the current one we have. So I'm assuming the cave will be in there, which is very cool. Here's the UGC shop. It's Rig. He's back from the summer quests. I'm sure you can also see there's some new icons for the dark points and coins down in the bottom left too, which is very new and exciting. Jake's workshop with, I'm assuming, some UGC items either side. There's the house rework that we covered just a minute ago, and now we're coming over to the huge mountain. So a couple of bridges to cross, and we're gonna start climbing. In the current mountain of the map we're on now, you can't actually climb all the way to the top, and it's always just said coming soon on it. And maybe this is what they were foreshadowing. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But does look like a very cool little mountain. Getting closer to the top here, and there's actually something on the top of this mountain that I'm still yet to figure out what it is. It's very confusing. I'm trying to figure out what it is, but there we go. It's like a cup with blue liquid in it. I don't know, maybe it's an extra luck buff, who knows. There we go. There's the view of the entire map. It's absolutely huge, but very exciting. So I mean, just taking a look at the current map, the one we've just seen is so much bigger than this one. I mean, it's pretty small in comparison, so having this new map I think would probably bring quite a few players to the game, because it just looks different, and that's exciting for a lot of old players and even new players. So we'll have to see if this is actually going to revive the game, because at the moment it's a bit dead. And the last sneak peek that we received is actually an Archangel cutscene rework. Let's take a look at this. There we go. It's got some text at the bottom. It's got the rain like Bloodlust does. It's got the smoke and the leaves, and a new symbol as well, which is very cool. And oh, that animation at the end is very cool. I like that a lot. So there is Archangel. So those are all the sneak peeks we have received so far. It's a pretty good amount in comparison to ones we've had in other eras. I mean, era 7 we didn't have too many, so it's definitely good that they're a bit more transparent on the sneak peek side of things. And obviously when this update drops, it's going to be around the Halloween time. So what we've seen is actually a Halloween aura contest. Now I'm assuming this is going to be some sort of competition to have auras imported for the update, because it's going to be around Halloween, so they're going to have some limited Halloween auras like they did for the summer one. Obviously we had watermelon and stuff like that, so there have been quite a few different auras created for this competition. I mean, this one's pretty cool. It's a trick-or-treater aura. This one is very cool, a 1 in 230,000. But there are some very cool auras in this channel, and I mean, it would be very cool if a lot of these could come to the game. I mean, take a look at this one. It's like an Aegis mutation, which having an Aegis mutation is insane because it's already 850 million rarity. But you know, there we are. So it is confirmed that we will be having some sort of Halloween event. Whether we'll have some sort of Halloween blessing like we did for summer is another question. I'm sure we would. It would just make sense, wouldn't it? Who knows? Maybe they'll release a pumpkin aura like they did for watermelon for summer, just for Halloween. That could be pretty nice. In terms of potential new item releases, if we head over to the Souls RNG wiki, there are a few unobtainable items that could potentially be coming to the game. So Angel Glove is one of these items. It looks a bit like this. It's found in the game files and could potentially be coming to the game in EON 1. Does look very cool. However, if it needs Archangel, then count me out. Next up, we have a subspace trip mine, and this is a trip mine that's cube shaped. When touched, turns everything around it pink and kills any player in its range. That's a bit insane, but there it is. Look, now a couple of these items are referenced in the gear and items section of the Era 9 update log, which is quite interesting to see, because here we have the tier 7 devices, which is obviously the Ragnarocker, which is the best device in the game, and this one here is crossed out, and a tier 16 device, the Archangel device. So whether that's referencing the Angel Glove here is a good question, because Archangel device and it being tier 16 could imply that it requires an Archangel to craft, which would be a huge sacrifice to make just to make a device. And the one under after this is Tier Infinity, which requires a subspace trip mine and 2 other unobtainable items that are listed on the wiki. So whether these were like a joke or whether they just couldn't fit it into the original Era 9 update and it's coming out in EON 1, we will have to see. Since the last EON 1 update video, we've had quite a few new whitelisted auras, which are auras that have been accepted to be potentially imported into the game. So let's go over a couple of these. Starting off, this one's called Stench, which is crazy work, 1 in 3,000, and this is just the average Souls RNG player. Slouched back from sitting too much. Yeah, that is true. This is exactly the representation of a Souls RNG player. This one is Aviator. Now, I remember this from way back in like before Era 8 was even coming out, and I remember this was a whitelisted aura, so it's good to see that this hasn't died out just yet. 1 in 24 million. I really like this aura a whole bunch. So this is a revamp of the previous whitelisted aura, and it's very sick. I enjoy the stars, the little constellations, and the guy on the plane himself is very cool. I would happily like to see this one entered into the game. This one is called Unknown. This is version 4 of this whitelisted aura. I believe this is a reference to some Geometry Dash level. I think a lot of the player base of Souls RNG play Geometry Dash as well, so this is some reference to that, and this is actually a null specific aura. We don't actually have too many null specific auras at the moment. We've got Undefined, and Nihility came in Era 9, of course, but nothing as insane as Unknown. So this is looking to be 100 million, clearly by the size of it. Insane. This aura is called Carriage, and it does look very cool. 1 in 65 million for this one. It reminds me a bit of Storm or Hurricane, but just like a different setting. It's very cool. I like this one a lot. Do let me know down in the comments which whitelisted aura is your favorite and which one you'd most want to see come to the game. This one's called Chromatic Stellarium. Okay, so this is like a mix of Gargantua and Chromatic Genesis, it seems. This is crazy. It's a really nice blue color. I like the graphics on it a whole bunch. This is very cool. This one is a Celestial rework, which does look very cool. I enjoy the colors of this one compared to the Celestial we have now. I mean, either way, they're still going straight into my heavenly potions, that's for sure. This aura is called Pyromaniac, and to me, it does look a bit basic for a 1 in 7 million. I think the rarity could be lowered a bit because I think the graphics are, you know, we've got better auras 100%, but nonetheless, still very cool. Some sort of spin-off of Hades, Aquatic Flame type thing, but I think the rarity definitely could be lowered. Now, this aura is genuinely bonkers. This one's called Matrix Steampunk, and it's one of the coolest auras I've ever seen. I really like the look of this. We've got some sort of cogs in the background. It's just going with this whole steampunk theme. It's less rare than Overdrive, but I think it could be more rare than Overdrive because I think it looks super sick. This is definitely one of my favorite whitelisted auras that could potentially come in EON 1, and hopefully it does. So that's your final run through of everything we know so far about the EON 1 update, and that's unlikely to change. I doubt we'll get any more sneak peeks until the actual update releases, which is hopefully going to be in around a week on Friday. But that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please make sure to smash that subscribe button, as it really does help out the channel a lot. And with that being said, have a great rest of your day. Peace!